Welcome to Big Rascals, where we may be grown-ups, but we will never stop being rascals. We are a boys' book club, not just for the boys, but all those who enjoy reading, writing, comedy, and entertainment. Our purpose is to have fun discovering new worlds, making friends, and finding a cure for dyslexia.
Yeah! Hello, everybody!
How's it going?
What's up?
Hey, boys.
Hey, boy!
Hey, boys. We're still
gonna be a
on that
thing.
one.
Still like that video.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Cool. Cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, Big Rascals is pretty cool.
we're here. we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta find a way to segue, guys.
Did you guys like the video, the burger review video I posted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like the clip. I'm glad you chose the Jurassic Park clip because we all look like we're having so much fun in there.
Yeah.
Because we actually do. We just have a hard time showing that we're having fun here.
No, that was good. That was where you were roasting me. You were making
really?
fun of me. You're like barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah, that's how Derek has fun. Roasting.
Yeah.
What? Oh, like you guys do not.
Derek,
What may I say? Did you mute me? Jeff just dying over that. I think it's the funniest thing.
It was funny because I totally saw it coming.
Golly.
That was good. He was good. We have fun.
yeah, Derek was known as the bully
Fun at each
work.
other.
Oh, get real. Greg was the bully when we worked together. In fact, I framed Greg. Well, I didn't even try to frame you. But anytime I did something mean, one of our coworkers, Bibba, got mad at Greg for just repeating it. Why'd you have to go and tell Greg?
Inside joke.
I love that guy. Bibba,
had
if
to
you're
be
watching
there.
this, I love you, man.
Had to be there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
Well,
Sweet.
Let's get before we get
We're
off
here.
too big of a tangent here.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. We're gonna start with our top 5, and it's my pick today. I picked our top 5 fictional book characters. So, does that mean I gotta go first?
Sweet.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, this was definitely a difficult one to narrow it down to 5. But I will give.
You only get 2 honorable mentions. Remember
2?
that. Yeah, that's how we've been in the past episode. Just 2.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Sure.
way too broad of it. You should have said sci-fi books, fictional books, or non-fiction. Just, dude, it was way too broad.
Yeah, it was very, but I have 4 of them narrowed down. So here's my 2 honorable mentions. Bilbo from The Hobbit.
Well done.
He's probably my favorite Hobbit, for sure. And then Sirius Black. He's my favorite character from Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I love Sirius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very poorly very poorly represented on a film.
Yeah. I also like Rocky, Wraith, Hadrian.
Hey.
Okay, I'm getting into my my top 5 here. And my number 2 might change. So, we'll see.
That's things.
Number 5 is Severo. So,
Wow, that
Yeah.
low.
yeah.
Severo Albaca.
There's a couple characters I just absolutely love. Severo's amazing. I mean, top 5 is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's just that loyal character that you just love. So, and that's kind of my theme here, I guess, is loyalty. So, Measure from the Alvin Maker series.
Good one.
He's my number 4. And then number 3 is Bigwig.
Ooh, yes.
I absolutely love Bigwig. He is so
all
cool.
reliable characters, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, the ones that the story could not
loyal.
succeed without.
Yep.
Just so cool.
Big wig.
Big Wig.
Big Wig from Watership Down. Mm-hmm. And then my number 2, oh man. It depends on my mood, I guess. I will either pick Gandalf from Hobbit and Lord of the Rings or Happy Hunavar
Oh, wow.
from
Okay.
The Power of One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which, oh man. If you haven't read The Power of One, go do it right now.
It's our very first episode
watch
that
our
we
episode.
did. We
Yep.
actually might do a revisited episode where we actually have a video clip of it, but
Yep.
that's only if it's in high demand.
Fantastic book and fantastic character. Very, not a lot in the book. You know, not a lot of screen time in the book, but his, the moment he is in the book is amazing. So,
Oh yeah.
and then my number 1 is from the Farseer trilogy, The Assassin's Apprentice, Assassin's Quest, and Royal Assassin. It is Night Eyes.
Night Eyes.
And, yep, that is my all-time favorite character, for sure.
Nice.
So,
That is-
Night Eyes is a wolf.
Great characters
I
in
haven't
that
gone
book.
that far in
Yeah.
the Assassin's
He's
Quest series, so
he's
that
cool.
sounds
He's
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now. Like, I forgot.
Yep.
I thought you were going to have Grandpa Juke as one of them.
Love Grandpa
Yeah,
Chook, but, you know,
I
Hoppy.
mean, you could just pick almost any character from.
yeah.
From the Power of One. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Doc.
thing.
And yeah, Hoppy, Grandpa Chook, Rasputin.
We should have done a top 50. You know, that would have been a little more manageable.
That would just be,
Just
yeah,
a
that
whole
would
podcast on it.
be. No, dude. Top 50, it's like building a commander deck. When you come from standard, you think, oh, I got all the room in the world. But as soon as you get into the
can only
nitty gritty,
have
you're like,
one.
this is not enough. You still.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's mine. Who wants
Very
to go
good
next?
list. I can't argue with that list.
That is great.
Sweet.
Yep. Derek, do you want to go next since
good
you got
with
the
whatever.
hot take?
Oh, yeah, I got the hot take, so yeah, I can go next.
Yeah.
Wait,
That
you're
way
going to
we
the
don't
hot
have,
take already?
Well, no, just let me mute you. No, just so it's not me, Derek. It'd be
I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
you get what
Okay.
I'm putting down.
Okay. Yeah. I'm eating what you're cooking. All right. So my 2 honorable mentions were Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III from the How to Train Your Dragon series. It is a book series. He's a fun character for young readers to have, but that book series is vastly different to the movies, and it's up to you to whether to decide it's worse for it or better for it. I still enjoyed those books. My other honorable mention was Big Wig from Watership Down.
Yep.
I absolutely love that rabbit. Just an absolute champion.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Number 5, Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
Winnie the Pooh
so good.
is...
Yeah.
the Poop.
I do have to preface this list with, this
What's
is
a
not a
poo?
definitive list. This is just how I feel today. This could change tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with how much love we all have for these characters, like these is no way a definitive absolute list. But yes, number 5 I've decided to put Winnie the Pooh there. Bear a very little brain, but optimistic and just earthy and comfortable.
So
Earthy.
beloved.
I love Winnie the Pooh and just his
Oh, yeah.
friendship with Piglet and Eeyore and all the ones he just does the best he can to make them happy.
My daughter currently is calling him Winnie the Poop right now, which is,
Well-
I will never correct that.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, I don't know why, my wife always says Weenie the Pooh. Not Poop, Weenie the Pooh. Weenie the Pooh. And I'm like, Weenie?
Well, she's from Washington.
Yeah. Well, her dad even makes fun of her for it. So it's not normal. I'm like, where did you get Weenie? But number 4, Hoppy Hunavab. From The Power of One by Bryce Courtenay. He is just the biggest influence on PK, and that book's so good that my son's nickname is PK, and I hope to be either a Doc or Hoppy Hunavald for my son, and I hope he meets other Hoppy Hunavalds out there to set him on a course for life. He is just a champion of heart and soul, and he is one of those masculine figures. He's like a stand-up boxer.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he's got that masculine
optimistic
optimism, and he's got that masculine, like, just bulky and strong and able to stand on his own and be adaptive. And yet he shows that it is okay for boys and men to cry, which I think is one of my favorite lines from him is when he pats PK on the back when he's crying, just saying, "It's sometimes we need a good cry." Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Number 3
teaches big, PK that small can be big.
Small can be big.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah. And number 3, it's a tie between Severo Albaca or Pax Au Talamanus. Mm-hmm. I love Pax because even though he's only in the first book, I just love the gentle giant trope. The one that can ground you into dust, but is not so gentle. But is just
the girlish laugh.
Yeah, such a gentle soul at heart. I love Pax, but Severo's got way more presence throughout the trilogy, and I can't spoil anything, but the finale with Severo,
yes,
had me feeling all sorts of things.
Yeah,
that's why everyone as he's continuing the series, everyone's like, if you kill Severo, there will be riots.
You kill Severo, we might kill you.
Pierce Brown, you listening?
All right, and number 2, I did try to keep all these characters from different books. Number 2 is Smaug the Magnificent, the dragon from The Hobbit.
Gotta have a dragon.
And as the artist Kip Rasmussen said, he was basically the perfect fairy tale dragon, just the catalyst for the adventure, the great big obstacle, the seemingly undefeatable
arrogance.
Yeah, just such a great. I can't say allegory because Tolkien hated allegory, but great metaphor for greed and arrogance and pride. Oh, it's so good. I love Smaug, as you guys can see. You know.
Yeah. Work it.
So that's my number 2. And number 1, I know this is totally, like, not... What's the opposite of abnormal? This is totally normal, totally basic. Just, it's Samwise Gamgee. Just that he is like the Winnie the Pooh of the Hobbits. He's got that earthy comfortableness that just wants to help Frodo do his mission so that he can be happy. He is selfless, and come on, you're telling me you're hearing... I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you, and not feeling anything for this Hobbit? Golly.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling anything from that, wipe yourself off, man, because you are dead.
Dare I say, the perfect friend. You know, what we should all strive to be like as a friend.
Simple-minded and reliable.
And loves
all of it.
And a great cook.
Hey, he's not that simple-minded. He's just loyal.
I sent you guys...
This list can change, so, like, because I want to have Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli. I want... And Bilbo and, like, so many of Tolkien's characters on there, but...
The Balrog.
Yeah, I know, right? Just, Durin's Bane. It just makes a...
Balrog, talk about reliability, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Great character.
Go for it, Jeff.
Sweet. Oh, man. I struggle. Yeah. I like too many things, and I would say it's tough because I like so many characters, but it's hard to put, like, certain characters just, like, above others. I mean, like you said, Eric, it is very conditional on, like, the moment and in the situation for sure. Because it fluctuates for sure. But everything you guys said, I put in an honorable mention for sure, just because, I mean, they are top tier characters.
Just had to be different, huh?
Hey, I'm liking the diversity.
I'm going to stick to my list just because that's what I put down in the moment. So I'm going to, like I said, you know, it's very conditional and stuff. And again, no order in these just because they are all fantastic people. I am going to go with Doc. I love Doc from
Professor von Wallenstein.
Yeah. What a perfect follow-up character to Hoppy in giving PK just such a solid foundation. I think, and again, quite the contrast from the violence and the fighting, the boxing with the music, introducing that into PK's life. I think just created a flow for him that channeled him to be such a better person.
He was a terrific father figure for PK. Oh, yeah, I love
Fantastic.
Doc, and I think he says some of the most profound things.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to go with Zavod Beeblebrox from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, yeah,
He was only one of your honorable mentions for your aliens, right?
Was he? Probably
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Man. Again,
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
struggle with these lists. So
No, Zaphod is book. Zaphod is amazing.
Yeah.
He's so fun.
I enjoy the movie, but yeah, the book, he is just so fantastic. And he's very like a Sean Spencer character from Psych, where he's just all kinds of ridiculousness and a kind of unexpected wild humor at times where you're just like, what is going on? So fun.
What's the drive, like ego drive he goes into? The reality drive
Yeah.
or something, and he just like normal people, it like ruins their minds, but he went in and was perfectly fine because of his ego is just so big.
It ends up breaking the machine. Oh yeah, that series, I can just read it every single year, pick it up and read it again. It's so fun. Douglas Adams is a genius when it comes to humor. And such smart humor too. Such well written stuff. Smart.
It's that clever British humor.
Yeah. Anyone can get it, but it's like it's not just the funny stuff.
So those are your honorable mentions.
Oh no, those were in the top.
That was in the top
I was
five?
saying.
Oh yeah,
what you said
it was in
honorable
the
mentions.
alien honorable mentions. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And then, oh man, it's so hard. I'm gonna go. This is so tough because the Deltora book series I absolutely love,
dude.
And the characters are all just fantastic. The main characters, main trio, Leaf, Barda, and Jasmine. I'm probably gonna go with Leaf just because when I read the series, I was a little kid and just wanted to be like Leaf, going on a grand adventure. Fantastic series and just such a lovable, like absorbing, or what do you like a self-imposing character where you can put yourself in his shoes and picture yourself there.
He was an
in
easy just avatar to put yourself into.
Oh yeah, exactly. And the anime, fantastic too. Such a fun one. And let's see, what am I on? 3? Was that 3?
Yeah, that was 3 because he had Doc, Zebo,
Zaphod.
Zaphod.
Yeah.
Zaphod, and now Leaf.
And then I'll go with Driz Do'Urden from the Legends of Driz Do'Urden, the R.A. Salvatore series. That's like, it's probably like 30 or 40 books. I don't know. He's got a whole bunch of books, but he's like one of the main characters in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
Oh, okay.
He shows up in some games. He shows up in board games and the role-playing books.
Drizzt, yeah. Yeah, he shows up in Magic the Gathering too.
I've heard people say Drizzit. I've heard Drizzed. The audiobook says
I've always
Drizzt.
said Drizzit. Yeah.
Yeah. Driz Do'Urden, the dark elf from gosh, I'm blanking on the place in Dungeons and Dragons where the dark elves are from, but yeah, it's just such a cool BA character. So cool.
Yeah, it has a pet panther too, right?
Pet Panther.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's such a fun book series. I'm really excited to dive into one of those. It's just deciding which one because there's so many. And then of course I'm gonna go with characters in the Spook's Apprentice. I love them all. It's very similar aesthetic to the Assassin's Apprentice book series. A lot of really intriguing characters, but one of my absolute favorite characters from that series is Alice. She's the girl who wears a black dress, pointy shoes, and she walks with her hips, and she's a witch. So cool. Such an awesome character.
Good for you for having a female character on your list. Like, yeah. I gotta commend you for having a way different list than Greg and I.
Honestly, it's just because of those ones I could think of that I absolutely
half of
love.
mine
but
were like animals.
Everything what you guys said is 2 on the list. I mean, great characters. That's just the great part about reading is just finding so many characters to enjoy. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Good list, fellas.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That one's
Let's do
fun.
it.
And I would say most of ours are secondary characters too. They're not really main characters.
Yep.
Which we've talked about that a bunch. That a lot of times the characters you fall in love with are the secondary characters.
Although you had Leaf on yours, which is the main character, and I gave honorable mention to Hiccup, who is the main character.
Oh yeah, and
I'm surprised you didn't pick Toothless.
Main character too.
In the book, he is not as charming. In the book, he is not a charming little night fury that acts like a cat. No, he is very sassy and kind of whiny, and as funny as it is, it can be really annoying sometimes.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Derek,
are you ready for this hot take?
Derek had to warn us that he might offend.
He might.
Me and Jeff
we might not be
with this
friends.
hot
Well, I'm
take.
probably going to ruffle some feathers. And let me preface this with, I have a foot in both camps here, so I am not saying if you pick one side or the other, you are more or less of a person with it. And I have to word this hot take very carefully, especially on the internet. You guys are going to run with this.
Always. They'll hear the first bit.
My hot take is listening to the audiobook is not the same as reading the book.
Oh, all right. That's not as bad as I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reason for that being, each one has its own benefits, but you are leaving cognitive benefits on the table by not reading the book. Me personally, I remember more with the book, but at the same time, I listen to the audiobook to, see if I can pronounce the names correctly and see if the narrator enhances it for me, like Project Hail Mary did for sure, and The Power of One, Humphrey Bowers made that book 10 times better after of me reading it.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Yeah, I'm not saying if you're cheating if you listen to the audiobook, because you're not. I'm happy if you listen to the audiobook or read the book, we're still talking about the same story.
Yeah.
We're still connecting on the same things, but with the fact that illiteracy is raising in this country, I still think we need to raise the incentive to read the book over taking the convenient audiobook. All right. Tear me to pieces, guys.
Now, I will say, I don't have the statistics in front of me, and, but I am pretty sure I've heard that they did some studies, and they did find that reading the audiobook had almost the same benefits, or listening to the audiobook had almost the same benefits as reading the book itself. I'll have to verify that, and then we maybe could post like a link or something if I find the source. But so I do think it's kind of one of those things where you have a lot of those influencers online who are pushing back against some of the kind of like the health food trends that people are doing all these things. Like you have the Costco people that go and like, don't eat this because it has blah, 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 blah. It has polyethylenes or carrageen. And then the people who are pushing back are like, don't not eat strawberries because they have pesticides on them. Most Americans aren't getting the right amount of fruit they're eating, so just eat strawberries. It does. The pesticides aren't going to kill you, but
Also,
not eating
who's
fruit.
thinking Costco is going to be? That's like one of the safest places. Who's thinking that Costco is killing people?
There's all kinds of weird influences out there, but it's like you're going to die from not eating fruit. You're not going to die from the minuscule amount of pesticide that's still left over on the fruit.
Kind of like the whole aspartame thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing for reading. If there's so many Americans out there who aren't even listening to books, and in my mindset, I would say, if you're never going to pick up a book, at least pick up an audiobook. At least do that. That's something, and it still has most of the same benefits. So I do agree with you, Derek, though, that there is a benefit and there is a certain aesthetic to actually picking up a paper book. And they've even shown studies that having books on shelves in your house has a benefit. And people who have books on shelves, even if they've never like fully read those books, they perform better on tests. And again, I don't have the statistics with me, but maybe I can find them, hopefully. But because if I'm wrong, you got me.
Well, I guess I'll offer a little more push since I'm the hot taker. I gotta, plant my feet in the ground.
You're not going to die on this hill.
No. I have to give at least a semblance I'm going to die on this hill. So I got to at least show that or present some information that the reading is better.
a lot of the self-help books I've read, a lot of the, like My Mission President, who's a very successful Philip Stoker. If you're watching this, you were awesome. Thank you for teaching us that successful people read every day. And I think Charlie Kirk said the same thing, or he would just say he reads more and more books every year. And I would say that reading, it's not a natural thing that comes to humans. It's something that allows us to transcend beyond our human nature, because, reading, writing, it's not something we're born to be able to listen. With an audiobook, we learn to listen. Like my kid is learning to listen. My toddler is getting better at listening. Some days he's getting better at listening, and it's all coming natural. It's instinctual. Whereas reading and writing is something that is beautiful, that came from someone fighting against instinct and the natural man. And I think it's beautiful that way. And once again, with illiteracy rising up, I think that is our best fight against, brain rot, the powers that be, that want to keep us uneducated. We need to be reading. At least, semblance. And it's better for your sleep as well. You read about, I don't know what the statistics were, but like if you read 30 pages a day, you sleep better. Or if you read like 10 pages before bed, your mind is a lot more calm. But at the same time, if you're listening to audiobooks, you are still a great enjoyer of fiction, great writing, and I'm not saying you cheated, because if I took a bicycle to a location and you took a car, we still got to the same destination.
Those bicyclists, they're so arrogant.
Do you have anything to clap back on, Greg?
No, honestly, Derek, I think I agree with you on this one.
I thought I was going to ruffle some feathers and we'd be yelling at each other, man.
I will defend audiobooks with my life, though, because of the benefits that it's brought me. But the benefits, I reaped those benefits because I was following along in the book at the time. That's what helped me overcome my dyslexia.
Yeah.
I feel like I would open a book more if it was just more convenient. It is just not convenient.
Especially in adult life. Hence why I'm still a subscriber to audiobooks,
Yeah.
Like for these books, I'm always doing the audiobook first, but I try to read them as well.
Yeah.
But in order to get to our time frame, it's so nice to have an audiobook for the drives I do.
Yeah, like I can knock out multiple books a month, listen to it on my drives or at work. If I had
and in some ways retain more, at least for me.
Yeah. That's all kind of like it's a different for each person. It's like a fingerprint. Like some people have way better listening skills than cognitive comprehension, whereas it's the opposite way. So like I get it. It's all kind of a very muddled person by person basis kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not going to say that it's the same thing. There are differences and benefits that you're giving up.
For sure.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, as far as my reading skill, it has significantly gone down since I've kind of stopped reading hard copies. But, I don't feel like my comprehension has gone down at all. If anything, it's gone up. And so, yeah, I agree. There are benefits, but audiobooks for sure have their place because it's better, I would say, to read more in this case than to read less, but maybe a higher quality experience. So that's me. I would love to be able to sit down and read through books.
And just crank out books.
Yeah, but that's just not reality for me, for sure.
Yeah, my wife is the one who can crank out reading books because I can't read so fast. It's those Sarah J. Maas fans, man. Those smut readers who could just read 50 words a second and understand everything
smut so fast.
I'll come across a word that I'm like, I thought I knew that's how.
If you had a dream, you dream, you could, you would, you could.
So I'll get held up on like a simple word like Wednesday that I just forgot. Oh, there's a D in Wednesday.
Wednesday. What are they talking about?
Whenever I spell Wednesday, I'm always like, Wednesday. I was like typing it. Wednesday. Got it.
or
my gosh.
probably.
Probably.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I agree with you to the core of like your argument for sure.
Damn.
We need to figure out a hot
Unfortunately-
take that makes us like at each other's throats.
Well, I got the hot take next week, and I do feel like I might get you on this one, Derek. So
really?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I think I'd say that's a good hot take.
Let's see how the
I
internet
didn't think
takes
it
it.
was as spicy as you
Yeah.
were.
I
making
thought it was
out,
gonna
though.
be so spicy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody deep down knows that like actually opening a book is kind of more beneficial than just listening to
It's like
audiobooks.
eating fruit versus fruit snacks. Sure, you're getting your vitamins and minerals, but I mean, it's fruit.
No, I would say it's like eating fruit and then drinking fruit juice.
Fruit
It's
juice
a
is
little
straight
closer.
up bad for you. So.
Well, so are fruit snacks. Well, anyways, we're certainly not one
We
to argue about
digress.
health. So
Yeah, no.
What are you talking about? This is coconut water.
it's got some healthy properties in it.
You got coconut water. I got Dr. Pepper over here. So,
Well, it's
I got
Mountain Dew,
water.
but-
The healthiest drink.
oh, here's a Kickstarter. Oh yeah,
All right. Excuse me. Okay. Well, I say let's move
Sweet.
on.
yeah. I said,
Should we get
dive
into the
right in?
spoiler-free?
Yes. Spoiler free. Non-spoiler section. So I really don't. Redwall is one that's been around for so long. It's kind of like the Princess
Yeah.
Bride. It's like if you haven't experienced it yet, then I don't know.
Honestly,
Am I right about that?
It wouldn't really spoil.
Well,
there really isn't too much to spoil in the book, other than
Yeah.
little maybe moments you wouldn't be expecting that could be a fun surprise. But besides that, it's a pretty routine hero story.
It's very cookie cutter, classic myth, spirit of the hero taking form in a new person, and kind of Arthurian legend in a way. But yeah, this was my first time ever experiencing the book and some of the books. Because after I read this, I went to my library. I saw what they had from Brian Jacques. I read Martin the Warrior and Salamandastron.
What?
They did not have Matt
Oh, dang.
Tomeo. I was looking for Matt Tomeo because you talked that up so much.
Oh yeah, it
But
is.
at least now I have a better understanding of, more in lore, in universe lore, and Brian
Sick.
Jacques' writing style, which it's really great for young readers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I could give a summary, maybe
Yes.
a little background. Brian, it's I always said Jacques just because of the way
Jacques.
it looks, but it was. I guess it's Brian Jacques like cakes is how he says it.
For goodness sakes.
For goodness sakes, and he's a pretty cool guy in sense he basically lived quite the life going around doing all kinds of odd jobs, going like working on boats and in all kinds of strange places. And then he just started telling stories in libraries to kids. And it was basically the stories of Redwall. He'd just make up all these random stories about animals. And then somebody one day was like, "We're going to get your book." And he's like, "I don't have a book. And I guess I can write one." And so he wrote Redwall, and then he wrote like a whole slew of different books
Oh, yeah, I
around it.
believe it's 22 books.
That's awesome.
In the Redwall universe. I looked it up because I was thinking, if it's like 6 or 7 books, I might be able to crank all those via audiobook before all this. But I saw 22. I'm like, oh no. So I'm just going to get
That's
my
a lot.
hands on what I can get from the library and hope for the best. I'm glad they have Martin the Warrior. Great backstory for this. Just enhanced the experience. And Salamandastron was just awesome. That was way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
It's definitely on the list to read them all because he's got a really good writing style.
Yeah.
And oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, great stuff. I think. Oh, I was going to say they're all self-contained. I don't think
Yes.
there's any.
That's why I wasn't worried about like the order when I
Yeah.
grabbed whatever I got.
You can pretty much pick up whatever. Redwall is technically the first one he wrote, and I think it is worth starting there, but we'll get into that. All right, Redwall by Brian Jacques is the first of a series of stories surrounding small anthropomorphic woodland creatures put in medieval heroic situations. Redwall is a large castle abbey within Mossflower Wood where a peaceful group of mice and other woodland creatures are celebrating the beginning of summer. And unbeknownst to them, a danger approaches. Cluny the Scourge, an evil rat warlord bent on conquest and destruction. Will Mouse Matthias, a novice at Redwall, step up and defeat Cluny by finding the legendary sword of Martin?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you weren't copying on the back of the book. Good job.
That was actually all me, so I'm proud.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, that sucked.
I appreciate any feedback.
Save your that sucks for when we do our writing segment.
Oh no, that's great. Redwall, man, I tell you what, this brought back so much nostalgia for me.
Doesn't it?
The second I started listening to it, it for some reason transported me to my time playing Diablo 2.
It has that power.
What triggered it was where it talks about how Cluny lost his eye to a pike, and I was thinking the weapon pike, and I'm like, pike, Diablo 2, growing up. Oh man, it just like
I am overburdened.
A flood of memories playing Diablo 2. Just overwhelmed me in the moment, and like this book is one of the first that I've read, and I wouldn't say that I watched all the series, but anytime it was on as a kid, I would sit down and enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
It was one of those PBS shows that would just pop up.
Yeah. Treehouse Productions. See, I have like no nostalgia for this whatsoever. I never read the books, never even touched them. The TV show, I feel like, got so shafted with the time slot it was given. It was like at 5 or 5:30. That's when my family was having dinner. I was not watching TV then.
No.
And if my dad was getting home late, I may have glanced it. And at some points, I was like, I saw Basil talking. I was like, this is a baby show. But then I remember getting on the episode where they're in Asmodeus is there. I'm like, whoa, this show's actually kind of cool. But other than that, I had very mixed feelings about it, and I did not care to dive into it at all. So this was an absolute treat for me.
Sweet.
And I would dare say that I guess my opinions about this book are better than your guys' because I am not fueled by nostalgia.
Fair enough.
Oh, it is.
So, dear listener, if you want a good opinion of this book, don't listen to Greg or Jeff. Listen to Derek. But we'll probably still have all the same opinions, I feel.
Don't listen to me regardless.
Derek from Big Rascals won't steer you wrong. No, dear viewer. No.
See, I think we were able to watch it, and it's funny. Our mom mentioned how she's like, we'll see how we mention her in the show, because she's like, you always say good things about me, but we were probably able to watch it because we were always eating dinner at 9:00. So
That late? Holy moly!
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it would be like nighttime, the sun would be setting, and our mom would be like, "Get in here, it's dinner time." We're like, "What? Oh, okay."
Yeah. In our mom's defense, she is a very busy woman. I think by choice, but regardless,
we didn't know any different. I'd say when I went on my mission, we were eating dinner at 5. I was like. 9:00 would hit, and I'm like, I'm hungry. What's going on?
Really, it's like second dinner because we get home from school and have first dinner, and then 9:00 second dinner.
At 5:00, this is lunch.
Oh yeah, I eat dinner at like 6 now.
Yeah, 5:00 will be dinner, and your 9:00 will be supper, as the hobbits would say.
Supper.
Yeah, supper.
Except we didn't have really any first or second breakfast.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
But first impressions, I would say I was absolutely delighted with the just the way Brian Jacques, he makes it very clear it's for kids. But he never talks down to these kids. He is willing to let them be in a mature space for even for a sentence or two. And then he's like back to like happy-go-luckiness. Like he is willing to expose kids to the darker nature of these myths in small fragments.
It's Don Bluth-esque, very dark. You know, you have the very first scene where I can't remember which rat it is. It was maybe Skullface. 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 And Cluny throws him on the back of a horse, and I mean, the very beginning, so it's not spoiling too much, but basically falls off the horse and gets trampled by the car, and he's describing the whole scene, and then Cluny's, I'll tell the devil in hell that Cluny sent you. Yeah. It's like, oh, geez.
Like, the dialogue can be raw and dark, but it's always from the villains. So it's like Brian Jacques' way of saying, yeah, if someone's talking like this, they're pretty bad.
This is a bad guy. Exactly.
Like, good people, good-natured people don't usually talk like this.
Yeah. This is a great, mature book for kids. Yeah.
Yeah, he does not hold back on the violence at all, either. It reminded me of The Hobbit in a lot of ways, of like, I would read this to my child, but at the same time, I can thoroughly enjoy it as an adult.
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess I had this on the outline, but since you mentioned The Hobbit, I had it down low with our discussion, but this is a great segue. The Redwall itself, along with the other books I've read, but we'll say Redwall itself, I feel like there's this great video on YouTube by Factor Fiction, that YouTube channel Factor Fiction, that says Winnie the Pooh is Lord of the Rings for toddlers. I would like to argue that Redwall is Lord of the Rings for younglings. Like, you want to get them into Tolkien, start with Winnie the Pooh, and then Redwall is a great stepping stone because the world building is pretty high-minded for a young readers. Like, there are different dialects. Yes, they're simple, so the kids aren't getting lost, but you know whenever a mole is talking, or a hare, because the other hares in like Salamandastron, they're talking all like Basil, and the sparrows and the shrews, you all know that this is coming from a different like nationality. And that, I think, is like some very cool, deep world building for young readers to, and it just makes the world feel so immersive. Like in Redwall, you are not leaving more than you have the Abbey, Mossflower, a quarry, and a churchyard. Not very big. Yeah. And yet it feels so expansive with how much care Brian Jacques put in with all the different races, all their different dialects, and their customs.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, this is a great world building to teach kids what good world building is. Yeah. Sorry. And it will get them to love the high fantasy that is Tolkien, Brandon Sanderson. You could argue C.S. Lewis isn't as high, but I think he's still pretty high fantasy. And other books of the like.
Yeah. I was going to say, this was my Hobbit growing up. I didn't read The Hobbit when I was little, but I read this, and it propelled me into enjoying and loving fantasy, and getting into these kind of stories and books.
And I think you're not the only one. Like, when we released our video on us announcing that we do Redwall, we had a lot of good fan reaction to that, which the Redwall fans, man, you guys are good people. You said a lot of good things.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I did grow up reading The Hobbit, so I have that. But I totally agree, Derek. Like, it is a great stepping stone to high fantasy, for sure. I would say it's like, if you say Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Poop is is the first step. I would say this is more like the third step. I wonder if there's something.
There might be an in-between there.
In-betweener?
Yeah, an in-betweener. But then, I haven't found it yet. But I really feel like it's just, if you're going Winnie the Pooh and then Redwall, all of Brian Jacques' works, The Hobbit, and then Lord of the Rings, you are set up so well.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
For sure. I had a thought. I'm curious to see what you guys think. I think this would be an amazing movie, but not animals. live action humans.
Yeah, if you replace all the characters with humans, you can make a pretty good movie out of it.
Yeah, I feel like I love like the different creatures that he uses.
And you could even have and we'll get into that. Some of the bigger creatures be like mythical monsters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that would be kind of. I think it would just flow. There would be no issue with it.
And that's honestly, Brian Jacques has said that he built the world to be that way. It's not meant to be these mice are in a human world living in these human as woodland creatures in this environment. They're in their world. This is their world. He's not.
You say that, which raises a question I had when I first read this. It also, you mentioned Cluny getting Skullface getting killed with the horse cart, and the horse is there's. So we established
It's meant to be a full-size
It's a
horse.
full-size horse because the rat is thrown onto the back and it's so small that it just has to bite it to get the horse to go. So we established there's horses in this world, and there's a cart attached to it, and it's a full-size horse.
With a full-size
Who's
cart.
building this cart if not a human?
Well, it's like it's like the barn.
I was so curious. I'm like, wait, are there humans in this world just building carts and rats are taking over them? And how are these humans not noticing an abbey, a little castle with rats?
There's so many words and phrases they use too.
Yes. So I'm like, what? How did the cart come to be? Like, I spent way too much time thinking about this. I don't think I'm supposed to. But I was like, are there humans here? Like, where are the humans?
It's weird that way.
Or did the horse just build it just because it likes to hold things? Like, what is happening?
Is the horse a wild beast? Or is the horse like the rats and the mice?
Yeah, is it sentient? I don't know. Okay? What are the rules? What are the rules, man?
But yeah, I don't know. He describes the abbey as being like pretty massive. Like if they fell off it, they would die. You know, and then Cluny fell from the tree.
And the trees are big enough.
Spoiler. I won't get into it. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'll get into it.
It's an intriguing world, but genius and again, it could just be he didn't touch on it, but that's such a wonderful aspect of his writing is it makes you wonder, and not everything is explained. You know, what about the horse and the cart? How on earth did even that situation happen where Cluny is in the horse with the cart? You know,
I don't think you're supposed to think about it too much.
But it allows you to. It doesn't explain it. It doesn't explain it away. There isn't it doesn't break the world, you know. There could be an explanation for it.
It's open to your imagination.
Yeah,
your
it
interpretation.
leaves your imagination to flow and build this world kind of in your own way. But yeah, just fantastic way of writing. I did want to ask you guys, what do you think would be better to start with? As like, you know, thinking of a young audience, would it be better for them to start with the show? Because I think that's where I started with the show. And
I would say the show. Because if you read the book, watching the show after reading the book, I was kind of mad with how they excuse with the sparrows. It doesn't really show Warbeak getting a friendship with Matthias. Like, I felt like Warbeak's intentions flipped on a dime just because they're like, oh, it happens in the book, so we got to make this episode. Like, it sped through so much in the show, and I was like, dude, slow down.
The show is very adolescent compared to the book.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's so much easier to start earlier in the show. My daughter loved the show, and she's 2.5, so she absolutely loved it.
Yeah, my 3-year-old boy, before I left for here, he was saying, I want to watch Redwall. Yeah. Because he saw my books, he was like, want to watch Redwall. I was like, ooh, we can watch more later, bud. Sorry. I gotta go.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Yeah, what do you think, Greg? You think is it better to start with the show?
Yeah. You know, I think it's probably personality based for sure. If you have a mature child, I think get them going on the book. You know, don't waste your time with the show if they're mature enough.
Well, there's still some mature parts in the show.
Yeah, for sure.
You have the screen going black and you're hearing flesh and bone crunching multiple times. And they say damn in the second episode.
I love
which
Basil.
which
language?
which happens in the book too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, very odd happenstance here. Redwall, a show about mice, features a swear word, damn, in its second episode. A show made for children. Don Bluth's The Secret of Nim, another story about mice and rats.
Yep.
It says damn it in it. What are the odds that these two kids' movies with children in mind are dropping curse words for no reason? Are you trying to get a response out of me there, Greg, or am I going too loud?
No, you're good. I'm just making micro adjustments. Sorry.
Okay.
Make it sound better.
Sorry.
It was just sounding really echoey.
It is.
Oh, okay.
So
It is interesting that a lot of those I think are all around the same time, right? Yeah, Secret of Nim, Redwall. What was the other one you mentioned?
I only mentioned those two.
Oh, it was just those two. Yeah. Yeah. And again, Secret of Nim. That is one that would be a really interesting one because the movie vastly different from the book.
Oh yeah, I read that book in preparation for this too because my library just had it. It's a very short book.
Yeah.
And we wanted to have the discussion of why mice as heroes, which we'll get into later. And like that. We can digress on that, but yeah, that movie did not understand why people liked that book so much. Like, not at all.
yeah.
Still enjoyed the movie. I did, but very different from the book in its message and what it's trying to portray. But yeah, it gets intense, crazy stuff. Yeah, I think. What did you guys think of the writing style? Where, honestly, this was a very mature part of the book for me. Where I remember telling you guys how a book that jumps around so much to a bunch of different characters I wasn't very fond of, but then looking at this one and thinking of how early I read it in my life and how much I did enjoy it, what did you guys think about how often Brian Jacques jumped around to different characters?
I'll have you go first. I've been jumping in to go first way too much.
Oh yeah. No, I think he did it so well that it was like almost unnoticeable.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think Jacques is just so talented in that aspect of it. Yeah, like I think the way he did it is just so like smooth. It's not choppy. Like I feel like normally you get with character jumps like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, I would say those character jumps did not affect it being a linear story at all. And it did help make the world a lot more vast, which I really love because when the main character is doing something, that antagonist is doing something, but also character C is also doing something. It's very immersive. Like, for instance, when Matthias is off searching for Asmodeus, Constance is building a crossbow to just snipe out.
Spoiler!
Spoiler.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll get into those for sure.
Yeah,
but
she's building a crossbow, and you have Cluny just making multiple plans: the tunneling, the siege tower,
and crazy, all in the same chapter and in usually the same scene, which breaks a lot of writing rules. But the fact you can follow it just shows his his ability to write.
Yes,
so good.
I feel like it was the way that the perspectives shifted. It flowed so smooth. It's like I was going up a flight of stairs. Like, I didn't feel like I was tripping over steps or skipping us. It just felt so natural.
That's a good way to put it.
The best use of him switching perspectives, in my opinion, was Asmodeus and how he just weaved him in here, there, just like a slithering adder would be.
Slithering snake.
My gosh, I loved it every time. Just pop in there for a quick second, and then he was gone. And we'll talk more about Asmodeus, and he was my favorite part of the story, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So good. Well, I think that's all I have for this non-spoiler. Unless you guys want to add anything else.
You did have in here like who is this book for? We kind of established it's for young readers, which we're kind of going to be rating it as such. Like if you're looking for this great complex narrative like Brandon Sanderson level, you're not going to find it here. You're going to probably be bored. But this, if you have children you want to get into reading, this is a great series for them to love fantasy.
Oh yeah.
And we just talked about the writing style, the jumping around. Yeah, I think we're ready to move on to the non-spoiler.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's take a little break and we'll come back. So sounds good. All right, welcome back.
Yep, we got all limbered up.
Yeah.
We stretched. We peed.
Yeah, hydrated.
Yeah.
Now we are getting into the nitty gritty spoiler section.
Spoilers from here on out.
So you've been warned.
There were no spoilers before this.
Yep.
There were some. My bad. That's all we.
There was some. Yeah.
My bad.
But yeah, well, I did spoil a little with
We all
Cluny
spoiled
falling
a
out
little
of the
bit.
tree.
But that's not like
Couldn't help
a big
ourselves.
finale or gigantic plot point.
Yeah,
It's a little bit of a plot point, yeah.
it is a little.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, Redwall, a great just kind of Arthurian legend with woodland creatures, you know, the classic myth of the spirit of the warrior being carried on and having that mantle put on a new champion. A young
character.
like maybe reckless or novice or clumsy character who needs to step in and
Yes.
to fill those higher shoes. Yes,
Said in better words.
Which I guess we should start with that character, which is Matthias.
I am.
Yeah.
That is.
One thing I absolutely loved is the little detail that Jake's put in there with the flip-flopping sandals and how he kind of, I think he did reference to it like 3 times. And then like as Matthias is growing and progressing, he stopped, you know, referring to that.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
it's
was
no
like-
longer flip flopping.
I was totally
Yeah,
going to say
it's
that
like
because
it grew into him.
the movie or the show does that a complete disservice because the abbot straight up in like the first episode, Matthias, here's some bigger sandals. When in the book it's meant to illustrate him growing into that position rather than having to get new sandals.
Which I guess mentioning the show, first episode, what did you guys think of the show making Cluny the reason Matthias was an orphan? Which is that true in the deep lore of things?
I don't think so.
Because in this book, it doesn't show that he has any connection to Cluny.
I think in the show, which is interesting with the book, they stray away from a lot of magic and myth besides Martin's like prophecy. In the show, it's very built into it. Like even Squire Gingerbeard, he doesn't say the full quote. He literally there's a part where in the show where he just says maybe the sword is magic, but he doesn't finish the quote like in the book.
Right.
And so I think in the show they build so much on the magic that they wanted there to be a bigger reason for Matthias to be involved in this rather than Cluny's attacking Redwall. It's he's got a history. He's got a history with him.
Yeah. Which I feel, I don't know, after reading this, I felt like, these are the writers trying to pull all the strings to make the viewers way more invested. But,
Plus, with all the stuff showing up in the tapestry in the show, they really wanted to have that visual kind of built in there. So I think it's a show technique to kind of build some things into it that weren't quite in the book.
Yeah, I guess it has a more emotional drive for the main character to conquer the antagonist.
Yeah, and I noticed they really they kind of just make Matthias the hero for every situation. Which in the
Matthias
book,
or Cornflower.
There's a lot of MVP characters, which I want to talk about later.
Oh yeah.
Besides Matthias, I mean, Matthias is the main character. He's the protagonist, and he's a great character for sure. But
as far as
I do love the secondary characters.
Oh yeah.
In this book,
which that seems to be our go-to cup of tea of the three of us. The side characters are just the real meat, and the main character seems to be potatoes. But as far as main characters go, Matthias is a very good one. Like, he's not one that just doesn't learn. He learns, he grows. You can pinpoint where he starts progressing and starts becoming more of a leader, which is what you want to see in a protagonist. If you guys would agree or disagree.
Yeah. It is interesting with what you're saying, Greg, about putting Matthias into every heroic situation in the show, because it kind of takes away from some of the side characters, even though, a lot of the reason I love the side characters is because of how they were portrayed in the show. They were portrayed pretty well. But I came across this interesting thing when I was listening to some reviews on Seinfeld. I probably don't have any Futurama references, but I'm going to reference Seinfeld here, where they actually did something unique in Seinfeld, where they had some episodes that weren't focused on Jerry. They were focused on Kramer, or they were focused on George or Elaine. And that was pretty new, because Hollywood really, they want the protagonist in every show. They want protagonists in every single scene. And that really shows with the Redwall show, where Matthias, he is. Like, there are some moments where in the book, Matthias is long gone. He's off somewhere doing something. In the show, it's like, oh, he does that real quick, and he's back, and he's helping with the thing. Yep. And he goes and does another thing, and he's back real quick, helping with the thing. But
yeah, he's bouncing back and forth everywhere in Mossflower, and I hated that. Yeah. Now that I've read the book, I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, they gave Matthias the Yukimoto treatment. Had to be the hero for no one else can do the most heroic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
One of my favorite parts in the book, though, and I think this really showed Matthias's true character, is it's after the tapestry of Martin gets stolen, and the abbot is kind of just up in arms and like totally doom and gloom, and he's just complaining, saying, kind of chewing out everybody that was on guard posts and stuff. And then Matthias is like, oh, Mr. Farm Mouse, he's doing better.
Mr. Field Mouse.
Field Mouse.
Cornflower's
some
father.
good news here. And then the abbot's like, oh, yeah, I probably need to be a little more positive here.
Oh, yeah. The book, it's just so good on the dialogue and the interactions around the characters, which is missed a lot from the show. Because there's so many interactions, I think, that are lost because of just the fact of trying to force Matthias into everything, that certain characters don't get kind of a chance to shine. But yeah, and talking about the other character, Father Abbott, what did you guys think about Abbott Mortimer? Right?
Yeah, Abbott Mortimer.
Yeah. What did you think of his difference between the show and the book?
Yeah, I believe in the show he is a lot more immovable on his stance of pacifism.
Oh yeah, almost like to a attacking point on anyone who does anything different, right?
Yes, and it's like a huge hindrance for the Abbey, which makes other characters in the Abbey just kind of go against his will. Whereas in the book, if I remember right, he doesn't like it, but he sees it as a necessity.
Yeah.
And he kind of says,
he goes
Matthias,
to Matthias's
Constance,
defense.
Yeah, he's like, Matthias, Constance, you are the ones in charge of this. I don't like it, but I know it has to happen. Like, he's sensible. He's a lot more sensible.
He always irked me in the show. Even when I was young, I remember being like, "Come on, man, you're getting attacked." I mean, yeah, peace is wonderful and all, but you're dealing with Cluny here.
Yep. Yeah, you can't just say you can't fight. Yeah, pacifism.
Yeah,
it's not the greatest stance in everything.
Yeah,
which is what a lot of these myths and just heroic tales kind of entail, that you need to take a stand. It's like a responsibility. You can't just take bullying, I guess you could say, to put it very simply. Like, you don't let bullies win. You have to stand up to defend the weak, and if you have the power to stand up to the bully, you have a responsibility to defend those who don't, kind of thing. So, and I believe Star Wars: The Clone Wars has a great episode dealing with, the ideals of pacifism and fighting when you have to.
Of course, it's Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, Obi-Wan and Duchess Satine. Like, I love that show. That was such a great show.
So good. That is awesome. One of the interactions between Matthias and the abbot between the show and the book that really contrast is in the show when Shadow comes to steal the tapestry, which again, such a wild choice to just have him killed in the very beginning, because I fully expected this character to be around the entire time, but no. It's so savage of Cluny too to just let him die.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. I think it was a great way to show how much of a psychopath Cluny actually is. That he does not care about anybody but himself.
Oh yeah. But in the show, in the book, it's Constance that bats or hits Shadow over the wall after he stabs Cornflower's father. Which again, you're reading that and you're like, what?
Yeah, this is a children's book, by the way.
Yeah. In the show, it's just like Matthias like trips with him and Shadow falls over the wall, and then the Father Abbot is like comes to Matthias and starts like roasting him and drilling into him. You killed this person. It's like, geez, Father Abbott, it was an accident. 1.
Yeah.
2, Matthias was defending. It's like, come on.
Yeah, this is a kid too. Like, don't give him the responsibility of killing someone.
Yeah.
That's a great way to
intense.
sentence them to lifelong therapy.
It was definitely better that Constance, had the initial, because with Matthias being so early in the book, it's better that he builds up to being that warrior that has to kill something in the end, rather than at the very beginning. Oh no, Matthias killed him.
Yeah.
Yep. Since you mentioned Constance, she was low-key one of my favorite characters.
I think she was my favorite character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's got that mama bear chemistry.
Oh yeah.
And she is very pragmatic in a lot of her solutions.
I love how they call her country bumpkin. Like Matthias, at Father Abbott's like, you better go with her. She's kind of a little simple-minded. It's like,
But
Constance proves them wrong.
She turns out to be like the best war general.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing. Which this is what I want to bring up with the MVP. For me, the 3 MVPs in this book were Constance, Basil, and Jess Squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
Which ones, out of the 3, who would you pick for your MVP?
Oh, Constance.
Constance.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement.
Let's go over Constance's
Jess
solo
and Basil,
story.
fantastic, but yeah, Constance.
Let's go over
Yeah.
Constance's actions, her solo story. Once again, this makes the world feel immersive because she is acting in the best way that she thinks she is acting in the best way for Redwall. And we see her making deals with the foxes behind Abbot Mortimer's back, not even including him in on it. And knowing
I love that.
I can't trust these guys. I'm going to make it look like. And then meeting up with the foxes just to, I'll take those plans.
Oh
no
my
payment
gosh.
whatsoever.
Such a good scene that's
And
lost
fighting
from
a
the
rat
show.
and breaking his sword with her bare paws. Just
Love it.
so cool. And, having the idea, if I got rid of Cluny, this whole thing would be over. And he's so close. Later in the book, just telling one dude, a beaver, and keeping it hush-hush. Yeah, let's make a crossbow and just snipe this dude.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I love the scene in the graphic novel. It is pretty epic. You have Sheila the fox who is healing Cluny, and she steals his plans, and is trying to work out a deal, and then. So cool too, because Constance sneaks up on a fox, and then straight up, just this scene of her grabbing the fox around the neck. It's like, you don't mess with a badger.
She outfoxes a fox, which after reading Martin the Warrior and Salamandestron, one thing I've learned about Brian Jacques' world, if you want to go with a build in this world, badgers are OP. You be a badger, and you will be just fine.
I think in the animal kingdom,
You'll love Matameo.
they're pound for pound the toughest animal in the world.
A Wolverine is basically like a supercharged badger. They are so. There's a reason the African honey badger is known as the creature
just don't care.
He just don't care.
He just does not give a
Badgers are just where it's at. They are the
There
tanks.
are stories after stories in archaeology of archaeologists being chased by badgers because you happen to dig into one of their dens, they come out furious.
They don't have the flight response.
No.
ever.
It's always just fight.
It's always fight. But who's the rat that she had like
Red Tooth.
oh yeah, red tooth.
Where she's
Oh
like,
my
come
gosh.
back, Red Tooth.
What such a cool. It's like we have a
A score to settle.
Yeah, score to settle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was so good. And I just love, no matter what, she was always a threat
Yeah.
to the
Always.
enemy. Like they're just like, oh my, what are we gonna do about this badger?
The only way they can do anything is by sneaking up while she's sleeping and like
put a net on her.
tie her down. And even then,
And in fact, what do you guys think of the scene in the show? And like, it's the finale fight. You know, they're all fighting, and Constance grabs one of the rats. She's like, "You're mine."
Yeah.
And then it like goes black screen, and then you hear the bones crunching. The only other character they've done that for was Asmodeus, the stand-in
Right.
dragon for this myth, and they gave Constance the same treatment. Like,
every time that scene comes up,
holy
I'm
crap!
like,
Ooh, dang. Like, holy crap! You did this for a villain. This is a good guy. You just made her like she's got no weapons, and she ripped that guy to pieces with her jaws.
Oh yeah.
You can't leave much to the imagination there. I'm like, oh my gosh, the kids are gonna think that badgers are the scariest things ever. Which
she
they
came
are.
bounding over.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Second, I would say is Basil.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Jess Squirrel is pretty.
Jess came in clutch
Yeah.
in just right moments, but yeah, I would say in general Basil was kind of there for most things for sure.
Yeah. But I got to talk about Constance and the crossbow, because when I read this as a kid, I thought this was the coolest thing I have ever read. That part where she snipes Cheese Thief. It's Cheese Thief. Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Cheese Thief.
Because Cluny
They
was
go through so many of them. I always forget.
Dude, he gives them all names. I'm just surprised that Brian Jacques is able to come up with all these names for so many characters that don't stick around for long.
Yeah. But
and just great names,
Right?
for like villain characters and all these different creatures or animals. Yeah,
man, I did not remember a lot about the book, you know, from reading it as a kid, but that part was so ingrained in my memory. Like, I was like excited to read it again. And then, yeah, it didn't disappoint reading it again as an adult, but
yeah, I
was
totally
so
forgot
fun.
about it. And then you're right. As soon as it came up, I was like, oh yeah, this is that part. It's so cool.
I knew it wasn't Cluny. She sniped, but still, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing.
Get him.
Well,
Yeah.
when I saw it in the show, because I watched the show like 2 years ago. So before I even read the book, because it was on Plex. So I was like, oh yeah, I might,
nice.
I might as well go down somewhat nostalgia lane and see if it's like any good as what people are saying. And when I saw that episode, that scene where they like snipe, I'm like, whoa, this show got a little ballsy. And then when I picked up the book, I'm like, there's no way that's in here. They're like, that was the showrunners just, you know, trying to show that they had balls. And then I read, I was like, this actually happens.
Yeah.
This actually happens. Oh my gosh.
So cool. And again, just that her stepping up to that leadership and like, we got to do something about Cluny
Yeah.
and just, you know, doing the most crazy thing possible, building a giant crossbow with a was it a fence, like a metal fence post or
No,
something?
it was like a candle, like putter outer.
Oh,
like
yeah.
For the one, I don't know. That's not the word. Putter outer. That's
Put her out her.
it's a candle snuffer. That's right. A candle snuffer on a pole, and she just makes that into an arrow. Like really cool.
Hammers it into an arrow just to.
Just on a whim.
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. Badger, you know, don't mess with the badger.
I also love how Cluny tries to twist it into like, oh, I knew this plan all along.
Yeah.
I knew that they were gonna try and
The
assassinate.
show does that so weird because it's like he has all these spies, and there's a weird moment where he has like a small magpie that spies
Yeah.
for him.
Dude, they
Like,
were.
I guess they're small birds.
They were so inconsistent with the, like, because first off they say Shadow, you're the only one who can climb the walls, but then that episode the crossbow kill Coney the ferret. Oh look, he's
He's
on
climbing.
the walls just listening in, and then they have a bird like so like I did not like
the
how
show
they did
kind
the
of
show.
lost some,
Whereas in the book it's like
connections, yeah.
Clooney sees an opportunity when he can take it. Clooney is the smartest guy in his horde. That's why he's the leader, and he sees a way to just constantly build himself up. And I think that made him better as a villain for it. Just be like, oh
Yeah.
dang it, I lost one of my best guys right now, but better let all the other guys know I'm still the best.
Yeah, that you get
He's
no
still
mercy.
this- yeah, he's still
no
this
mercy, so
sociopath.
ruthless.
Who has to like build himself up all the time.
Yep.
Well, I guess. Do we want us to talk about Basil now, or since
Yeah.
we mentioned Clooney? Like, I'd like to talk about Basil for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
As why he's my second choice. Like, Jess
Yeah.
was pretty invaluable, but Basil, he was given orders, and he kind of kept the morale up because he's just a very optimistic, positive,
Him?
upbeat kind of guy.
Oh yeah, just lovable character. I feel like he's kind of like he's like a Hoppy and Doc. He's got
Yes.
that insatiable, just
That
positivity.
infectious, yeah.
that you just can't help but enjoy and be around. And his appearance in the book. And even in the show, when he just pops up in camo and Matthias gets him, you're just like, what? Who's this character? And then you start, getting into him, and you're like, this guy's fantastic.
Okay, his introduction in the book, yes, I was like that, just like, oh man, this guy's fantastic. Up until, he just leaves to go to his burrow to just start cleaning. And I was reacting the
Spring
same
cleaning,
Yeah, I was reacting the same way Matthias was. I'm like, Basil, my guy, what kind of stupid decision is that? There are lives on the line here, dude. You just
ditches.
unfocused bunny. I was like so mad, but that's the only
Oh my
time
gosh.
he ever got my scorn was from that. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, spring cleaning. What was it?
Sorry, I got distracted.
Matthias reacted so appropriately, just as the reader was like, "Oh, I'm so happy you could join us then." Right? But everything after that, I feel like Basil is top hole material. What?
Top hole.
Yes.
Basil Staghair.
Yep, he's got that great optimism that the troops just soak in. And, him and Jess get a great friendship to where they just say, it'd be great if we got the tapestry back. And I think it's Basil's like, well, what are we waiting for? Let's go do this,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you're throwing Matthias into the mix, and the show did such a disservice to that scene.
Well, they also made it look like Jess and Basil were deserting, which I was like, you're adding so much unneeded drama. This is, I hate it when they do this kind of stuff.
Like with the whole, they didn't have enough rations in Redwall. When in the book it clearly states, we
Yeah.
have plenty.
The book, they never seemed short on food, especially with how much Basil was just downing. He was just always, like, when him and Matthias are in their sick beds, he's like, yeah, bring me 4 flagons of like, the October ale, like, just 4 will do, not too much. And, give me a warrior supper. Like, they're never short on food.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny.
So good.
Oh, and I guess he does mention he's in the Long Patrol, which I'm glad I read Salamandastron, where you learn the Long Patrol are these hares that are defending a mountain fortress for a badger lord, and they're all like top-notch hares. So I'm like, Basil was one of these guys? Oh, no.
That's on the
no
list to
wonder he's
read.
top hole
I'm ready.
material,
I
dude.
want to read that one so bad.
Salamandastron was a sleeper for me. I was not expecting it
That's
to be
so
that
cool.
good. The only reason Redwall is a little bit better, Asmodeus. That's why.
can't
And
be
Clooney's a little better as an antagonist.
You mean Asmodeus?
Yes, Asmodeus.
No.
Asmodeus.
Which, yes, you could argue that's how it is. I like Asmodeus because it fits the hypnotic
Asmodeus.
chant that he does as you look into his eyes and you freeze with his hypnotism.
Or is it trust
in
in me?
The voice of Winnie the Pooh for the snake is just great.
Top notch. Top notch material. Oh my quills.
You get it
Holding cough.
Oh man, just a slap, man. The disrespect in that slap.
Oh my gosh. So great.
It's great.
Anyway, but Jess Squirrel, still very invaluable. She was the climber to get up to the weather vane.
Yeah.
And she was able to almost rescue Matthias from King Bullsparrow. But invaluable in getting the tapestry back.
Ooh, I just love that one with Bull Sparrow and Matthias.
Bull Sparrow.
And again, I've read it before. I've seen the show, and I'm still, in that whole interaction when Bull Sparrow shows up, I'm like, no, oh my gosh, he's flying out there. It's just like it was so much like Jurassic Park. I could read this book over and over again, and I'm getting into these scenes over and over again. Just so cool, so well written, and such good action in the book. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Who do we want to talk about? Cluny, or let me look at the list of characters, or do we want to talk about Warbeak?
Yeah, let's get into Warbeak real quick. I think we will spend quite a bit on Cluny too, and he's been intermixed between. But and this is kind of an interesting thing. I was telling my wife about one of the things I heard. Brian Jacques didn't intend to have any of his creatures or characters be like representations of any groups. Again, I think that's kind of not entirely true, considering the shrews are basically Russian communists, but and the sparrows are basically indigenous tribes. But
I gotta hand it to them. Their dialect does it's quick. It's very simple. And you can just see a bird that is all tweeting just one note after another. I'm like, I can see a sparrow just.
I can
everything's
totally
a worm.
give it that too. Yeah, exactly. There's a dialect to them, and they have references like everything's a worm. Anything bad is a worm.
Anything lesser is a worm.
Anything a bug is a worm. Yeah.
I love the whole aspect of like the moles even have like different language or different dialect.
Like they could barely understand.
Yeah.
He means get out of the way.
Well, still, the moles, I feel like they're very slept on because it might just be because of the other books I read, Martin the Warrior and Salamander because there's moles in those ones too. I really love the dialect of the moles because it's even though you can, like I had a hard time reading
They're basically the dwarves.
They're basically the dwarves of the group, but they got that earthy but warm and homely feel. I reckon that a vegetable soup is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
that's great.
It's always just so friendly and just down to earth, but they got that they got some meat behind their like some weight behind their punches that
also
they're
talk
not
about
to mess with.
MVPs. Man, the moles sure did a whole heck of a lot.
That's true. They did, and just
Show and book.
out of the goodness of their heart, I got the moles here. Come do this for us. No complaints. They'll just do whatever you want them to.
Dig tunnels, move some stones. Yeah.
Let's just dig
Whatever.
a tunnel to go save this hedgehog. Yeah, we'll just do it on the fly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
So good. The moles are so fun. Warbeak, she was one of my favorite characters growing up. I thought she was just, again, funny, silly, especially in the show. But again, just almost the instantaneous friendship she got with Matthias, especially after they try and kill each other, where she knocks him off first, and then he's just like dangling her over the edge, and he's like, "Are we going to have any more trouble?" and then I think I loved just her integrity. I think that really stood out because, as soon as she said, like, "No, Warbeak, swear on egg mother, egg."
On mother's egg or something.
On mother's egg, and it was like, and she kept her word. She became such a reliable friend and character with Matthias, and I think the show builds upon her more in some negative ways, in some good ways too. But I absolutely loved the Sparrow characters. I think they were, and especially their dialect. I it's one of those phrases I always say when I'm walking around. People are like, "What is he doing?" Like, "Gilly, gilly, gilly, gilly."
Does he have Tourette's?
We're friend Matthias, crazy mouse, crazy mouse.
I love how Matthias like asks her like, "How good is a sparrow's word?" You know, and you can just tell she's like, "Oh, I take pride in this.
It's like, this
I
is
will
big
never
swear.
break my word."
Yeah, that big swear.
Yeah.
I swear on Mother Egg, that big swear.
Big swear. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fantastic. And I do think Brian Jacques didn't intend to represent any particular group in a negative light. I think he was using real world kind of things to integrate into these creature characters that he was trying to represent as the creatures themselves, kind of in their own, like the moles, like you were saying, like moles. Sure, you could compare them to dwarves, but they are very mole-like.
Yeah, they're pretty docile. Like you can pick one up out of the yard and it's like not gonna bite you. It's just gonna be like, well, they're blind first off. So they're like, how come I'm not feeling dirt? Where's the dirt? But like they're not like these dangerous creatures, so they do feel like nice and just homely.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I guess since you mentioned that, one thing I noticed with the few books I've read, since you've read more of them, you might be able to dispel my one little gripe.
I think you have me beat because I've only read Redwall and Matthias, so you got me beat now.
But one thing I noticed, it's kind of one of my complaints with Brian Jacques. It seems if you are born a rat, a weasel, a stoat, a fox, you're a bad guy. Like you're evil. You can't be good.
I love foxes, but they're all bad.
There are no nuances there. Like you are a terrible human being, and your existence is made to hinder the good woodland creatures. Like, I guess that is a big that could be a blanket statement for most fantasy because Lord of the Rings orcs. Yeah,
Orcs,
they're the evil fodder. Like they're never gonna be good.
Yeah.
You're born an orc. Guess what, dude? You hate men.
Yep. Man flesh. Oh yeah, exactly. I think I think the show kind of shows that too. When there's an instance where the rats are talking about eating one of the mice, I think one of the dormice. It is just like, oh dang, yeah. The rats are they're the bad guys.
Yeah, but he didn't pick bad creatures to represent as evil classes because rats. Everyone hates rats, and weasels are known for just being sneaky and traitorous and just sneaking into the hen house along with the foxes. Foxes are known for their cunning and slyness, and stoats are kind of around the same way as foxes and stuff like that. So he obviously used the general thinking of these species to class them into their D&D class of chaotic evil or lawful evil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think it is almost a good stance to take with children's literature, because then it is that you have the kids can quickly identify, oh, this is a rat, this is going to be a bad guy. This is a badger, they're going to be big and scary, but a good person. Or a good person. Yeah,
they're going to be good, but boy, you don't want to make them mad.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of the purpose of it, is to keep it simple, keep it kind of, not too complicated.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
That's true. It is for kids. It is for young readers. I have to remember that. But I would appreciate some nuance because kids can understand nuance.
Yeah.
Have one weasel who wants to just defy all expectations for me, man. But there's 22 books. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Whoever's listening or watching, let me know if I'm wrong and recommend me to read one of these. Recommend it to all of us, please.
Oh yeah, put in your favorite Redwall series book. If there's one better than Redwall or Matthias, let us know.
And try to argue that badgers aren't the best in the series. They're the tanks. They're the ones you just don't mess with.
Oh yeah.
Shall we talk about Cluny, the antagonist,
the Scourge,
the main antagonist, I should say?
Yeah.
Yes, the Scourge. For a book for young readers, how do you think he is for an antagonist?
So cool.
Yeah. I think he's just the definition of a bad guy. Perfect villain. Eye patch, spike on his tail, just a complete psychopath.
Got a mole
This is a
skull for his cape.
fantastic picture in the graphic novel with Cluny in his war armor.
Oh, yeah.
Which again, the show kind of
How
when
about
he
that?
first approaches Redwall, he approaches in like disguise, but then in the book, in the comic, he's like full on ready for war. And he's in the graphic novel. It's super sick. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's got this like bat cloak.
Yeah.
And this like gnarly spiked tail that's supposed to be, I guess, poison
Yeah,
barb
he's got
too.
a poison barb for it.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
Dang,
just
this
this.
graphic novel is metal, dude. Look at Asmodeus. Holy moly.
Yeah, the graphic novel. Definitely recommend picking it up if you find one. I found it at a thrift store. It was a pretty good deal. So
cool.
it was like great condition too.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah,
Holy
great.
moly.
Art is fantastic. I
The
can't
art
remember
is
the artist,
fantastic. Holy moly.
but yeah. And,
But
yeah,
I like
Cluny.
how they have the bat wing cloak, which is mentioned in the book, actually make it look like Cluny has the bat's wings. I always
Yeah.
just imagine just a black leathery cape, but that actually looks awesome.
That's
which
pretty
is featured
sick.
on the cover there. He just looks like this menacing draconic crow. It's awesome.
They make him huge in there too. Like when you see him compared to some of the other woodland creatures, he's massive. So
Yeah, because they describe him as a
Bilge rat.
he's bigger than
Yeah,
any
He's
other
bigger
rat.
than other
Yeah.
rats.
what do they call him? A ship?
A sea rat.
Yeah, sea rat.
Sea rat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite parts with Cluny and I guess Matthias is when he first comes to the Abbey, and he's like, we'll put all our weapons down, and Matthias is like, yeah, but what about your tail? And he's like, pretty smart of you, Mouse, noticing that.
Oh yeah, I love how it looks in the book too. When he ties his tail, he still looks super menacing. He's got his
Every time
tail
I'm
tied
imagining,
around
I'm
him.
like, that kind of looks silly in my mind.
Yeah, look at this scene. He's like tearing up the table, and it's like, oh, no, he's still a threat.
Oh, dude, Constance lifting up the table in that scene.
Oh,
just
yeah.
so cool. Just get out, get out. Oh my gosh. Lifted up this oak table that, what was
yeah.
it said,
I've
that
had
like
enough of
15
this,
mice couldn't lift? Oh, man. But I think he is a great antagonist for young readers, and he is resourceful and pretty clever. I have to hand it to him. Mm-hmm. He's just not smart enough to surround himself with other smart people, because his biggest downfall is just the incompetence of his lackeys.
Constantly letting his lackeys be killed off. Yeah.
Yes.
But
And
I also feel like it's kind of his problem that they're all like gunning for each other. Like, there's no
Yeah.
camaraderie. There's no like
Yeah.
loyalty.
Was it
You got-
Cheese Thief that kicked the one weasel out?
Yeah, Scrag.
Yeah, Scrag.
which, talk about another crazy scene from a kid's book where he's stepping on Scrag's throat
Oh
and just
my
watching him dead just because it's like, yeah, you almost took my job. Like, imagine if corporate America was like that. You outshine me in this job position. I see an opportunity to kill you. I got you. Like, that is nuts.
I tried to save him, Chief. I tried, but
And yeah,
I
just-
couldn't save him.
Oh, and just faking that he's sad about it. But at the same
So
time,
nasty.
there are people to a degree that are like that in this world. So, like, because kids all the time, they are always vying for someone's respect or for their praise. And I feel like that's a great way Brian Jacques shows that you don't want to be too much like that, kids, because it leads you to do bad things. But yeah, Clooney's biggest downfall is just like, dude, you got to surround yourself with more competence, dude. But there is a paragraph in there where he says Clooney realized he's the only one who has ideas. He's the only one who's the smartest. That's why he's the chief. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
he knows it.
Yeah, and there's another quote in there that I loved where it's like, I don't like anybody with ambition besides me. So, yeah, and great thing about Cluny, I feel like you've kind of talked about this before, is just the purity of just having like such a clear bad. Like you don't sympathize with Cluny at all. You know, he's just an evil, straightforward.
Nothing redeeming. You don't even know his backstory other than he's like killed
And he's been like doing it for
pillaged.
years. Yeah. He's a warlord who's been doing it for like, I think they mentioned 6 years. So Brian Jacques did a really good job building him up as something that needed to be conquered, and you shouldn't have any more moral qualms about getting rid of this guy. So when Constance is trying to snipe him, you're not thinking about the morality of it. You're like,
Yeah.
I want a direct hit. Do it. And can I just say one of the best ways Brian Jacques built up Cluny is how he also outfoxes the foxes, which I thought was such a fun game of, I don't trust you and you don't trust me, but I'm gonna string you along because you think you're stringing me along, and I gotta say, Sella and Chicken Hound were miserable excuses for foxes. They did not outsmart anybody but probably Redtooth.
Oh, you got to read Matthias. That's got to be the next one on your list.
Yeah, isn't that
such a good follow up?
No, I already know.
Yeah, you should know if you've seen the show.
I haven't watched that season, but one of my coworkers I work with, he's a 55. One of the coworkers I work with, he's a 55-year-old electrician with me, and he's read all 22 of these books.
Oh, wow.
And when I mentioned we were doing this for the podcast, he was like, "Oh, I remember those books." And then he's like telling me, he's like, because I kept mentioning, I'm like, I wish Matthias was in the library. I kind of want to read this one because that's Matthias' son, and I'm kind of invested in Matthias' life here. So if it's a continuation of him, I want to see Matthias as a dad.
Oh, yeah.
And he talks about how Chicken Hound is the main antagonist. I'm like, Chicken Hound died to Asmodeus, idiot. And he's like,
oh, man.
read the text again. Does it say he actually dies? And I like reread it. And it just says he like reaches for his bag, and then it just says Asmodeus.
Cluny is fantastic, but Slagar, just worlds above as a villain. Talk about a step up as a book. Matthias, definitely one of my top books.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because with the few books I've read of Brian Jacques, one of my other few complaints was I feel like every villain was just Cluny 2.0 or Cluny 3.0.
Oh yeah,
none of them were getting up to how good Cluny was. So you're saying in Matthias that there is one?
Oh yeah, it's a very different style of villain, but yeah, great, fantastic.
Great.
And I love his look in the show because he's got that like checkered mask or the Argyle mask. It's so cool.
Stella Lunari, Luna Stellari.
Yeah, sorry that plot point was not going to be a surprise for me. I know you wanted to keep it.
Well, it is for everyone else now.
I'm sorry.
No, we're good. I
Granted, these have been around for decades and over 20 million copies sold. So it is a popular series.
If you haven't, then you're missing. Sorry, you're missing out.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Cluny, I felt like was established as a threat, and it was good to have.
Which the beginning of the book, I love how they introduce it, and especially with the Cluny was coming, Cluny is getting closer, and every scene where he's like progressing towards the church on the cart, and then it finally when he gets to the church, Cluny had arrived. It was just like, ooh, the threat draws nearer.
Which I feel like the TV show, they would, instead of always building Cluny up as a villain, as a threat, they would take a lot of back steps with him. Like, yes, he had the dreams of Martin, like, killing him, but they made a lot of scenes where, like, I see the armor of Martin. Run away! Like, he looks like such a coward. Like, get out of here with this nonsense.
Yeah.
And I guess, side note, the one dream sequence where it shows the skeletons of his old captains going at him, once again, dude, what's with this going from Baby O'Clock to, oh my gosh, we're going to Little House of Horrors now? What is going on here? What's happening?
Get our priorities set. Are we going to make this aggressive or not?
Like, I felt like they would amp it to 11 and then just bring it down. And then, they would have spikes of just like, let's make this like the darkest kid show ever for like 2 minutes.
For just a little bit.
Yeah, for just a little bit.
A little bit.
And then Watership Down's like, hold my beer.
Oh, man. Now that you mentioned that, who's the better rabbit? Or I guess Basil's a hare, but who's the better rabbit? Basil or Bigwig?
Oh, bigwig.
Okay, good.
I mean, they're very different, but
They are.
it is because I think Bigwig plays more of a Constance role in Watership
It's
Down.
true.
But yeah,
It's true.
They both have
But
their
yeah.
roles.
Like, yeah, Bigwig's my favorite bunny.
Bunny,
Yeah.
the bunny.
He is so
Ooh,
cool.
I love the
Close
bunny.
second is Pipkin. I loved Pipkin.
Yep.
Flowru. Anyway, we're not talking about.
What do you guys think? I want to touch on Cluny's death while we're on him. Now, I'm in a weird area with this because even when I was little, it's an interesting moment because Matthias, he's like, I give my word as a warrior, I will come down, which he technically does. But I mean, honestly, I would do the same thing. Any chance, any advantage over a villain like Cluny, I'm taking it. There is no honor in fighting someone like Cluny. You have to defeat this evil.
I was in agreement with that because I'm like, okay, that wasn't the most honorable way to kill him. But at the same time, I'm like, Cluny doesn't deserve the respect and honor. And
Which
yeah, you
I
can't
honestly
take chances
want
with
that
guy.
for more heroes. Where, yeah, the hero, obviously, sure, like, it's great to have an honorable hero, but honestly, when they're dealing with an evil like Cluny, sometimes you need that
Be
underhandedness.
practical.
Yeah. Practicality, exactly.
Well, I think it was just the last thing Clooney expected too. He's just like, all these honorable people are so predictable.
Yeah, all
You
these
know, he's
mice and their stupid sense of honor.
Yeah, and then I love it. Like when the bell is falling, he's just like can't even move
Can't even
because he's so
fathom.
like
Well, yeah,
surprised.
can't
by it.
fathom
yeah.
that this is happening.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Did you guys think it was better in the show they used cornflower, or do you think that was really necessary in the story? Like in the book, I think it's just the friar.
Yeah, it's the friar.
It's Friar Hugo.
Yeah. Friar Hugo ringing the bell. I think cornflower kind of gives a little bit more motivation for protection, but honestly, it just kind of. I don't feel like they kind of shoehorned cornflower into the scene in the show to kind of put her there, but
Yeah, because, you have a lot of people think these kids need to know what love is at the same time, You have to teach these kids that they have to one day fall in love with someone, and I get it. And I fell victim to it as a kid so much. Like, the little stories I wrote was always about how the girl I had a crush on just saw how great I was finally.
Yeah.
Like, it is the most embarrassing form of literature that I can't believe I'm mentioning online. There's a reason it's all destroyed now. It was very
I think we're all
cringeworthy
victims
Bonnet
to that to an
movies.
extent. Yeah.
But I guess here was my complaint with the final confrontation with Cluny, which is going to lead us into the next character. Before that, Brian Jacques did such a good job building up Asmodeus, the secondary antagonist. And as soon as Matthias defeated Asmodeus, my mind was, Cluny's screwed. Like, there's no way he's not going to win against Cluny. Like, he just killed a giant snake, dude.
No, I would actually disagree with that. I think it is very different considering they were almost two entirely different threats. Given, like, kind of like we were saying with Asmodeus, you were saying this earlier. I think you said this earlier. He like represented the dragon in the story,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and you have, which I think is a wonderful element to put in a story where you do have this monster, almost overwhelmingly large threat, kind of like Smog, or in this case Asmodeus, who you almost think couldn't be defeated, but then is almost taken out in a single blow, right? With the Smog is the arrow,
And with,
Asmodeus, the one swing with the sword.
Yep.
While Cluny you had to have a plan. You had to kind of go in, and there was a fight, right? With Asmodeus, there wasn't so much of a fight, but so in my opinion, I think there was a great contrast, or there was enough contrast between them that it still had a good enough substance for me. But I don't know. You can. Sorry, Derek. You can.
no,
keep going
you're
with your
okay.
thought.
You're okay. He just did such a good job building up Asmodeus, just slithering here and there throughout the story, ever so little bit. Like, just the whole scene of him finding, who is it that he finds knocked out from Constance knocking out? What is it? Is it Red Tooth? Or yeah, it was the still form Red Tooth, and he just finds it. And I loved the last paragraph in that chapter of how he finds him just knocked out, No need of burial place parties. Nature and the woodlands took care of their own funeral arrangements. There was but one efficient undertaker. The adder's jaws opened in something resembling the nightmare of a smile. The pathway to eternity was open, which... My goodness, dude! Like, calling his maw the pathway to eternity
Let me show you
so
eternity.
Cool. It was so cool. And he's just going through the story. And the show did actually a pretty good job of building him up, too. Just these few scenes of him just finding these helpless animals and just eating them and having them terrified. And even when they're in Asmodeus' lair, like, you're finding Galzin, like, all right, cool, we're reuniting your friend. She's dead. She's dead. And she was left
Gaping
there
wound
by
in her
the
chest.
snake. Yeah. She was left there as a snake. Like, the snake probably didn't mean to do this, but it's doing some psychological warfare now here, man. You are in pretty much the belly of the beast in his home turf. And you think you're going to win when he just stumbled upon Galzin and be like, yeah, I'll kill you and eat you later. Okay, just die. Okay, I'm going to go to sleep now because this is my home. I have full advantage here. And Matthias beating him in it, which Matthias is frozen by the stair. It's only because Martin's spirit was able to rouse him out of it that he was able to get out of it and just behead this monster serpent that I was like, what's Cluny got? He's got nothing. It was so cool that I'm like, what are you gonna do, Cluny? Like, your guys were afraid.
Beat a dragon.
Yeah, your guys were afraid of Asmodeus, which fun little parallel I noticed there. Cluny's men call Asmodeus the father of all serpents, which I'm like, I wonder if that had some Tolkien inspirations, because Tolkien's very first dragon in his mythos, Glaurung, is known as the father of all dragons. There's a lot of artwork out there that shows Glaurung as, well, basically a giant worm or a large snake. Others, they show him having 4 feet, which I prefer the 4 limbs. But he's not a winged drake, so I'm just like, ooh, I wonder if Asmodeus was inspired by Glaurung. But the name,
that's pretty cool.
Asmodeus or Asmodeus, is an actual name in, I believe, Jewish mythology. He was, I believe, the demon of lust and also a ring master, making magic rings, which I think he does with Solomon. But he was also, that demon was also an inspiration for Sauron, which I'm like, ooh. So just the very name of Asmodeus, I was like getting so much dopamine from past literature. Just so good.
Again, perfect naming.
Oh, yeah. And tell us in the comments, which way do you prefer to say it? Asmodeus or Asmodeus? Asmodeus. It's more hypnotic with Asmodeus. But yeah, the audiobook said Asmodeus, and I was like, screw this guy. I don't like this guy.
Hey, well, you didn't sell Asmodeus as good as you did Asmodeus. You gotta give it a shot. Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
It just seems way more hypnotic with Asmodeus.
Yeah. What do you think, Greg?
That's part of the book is Asmodeus.
Do you have any thoughts on the difference or any between Cluny and Asmodeus in the threats?
Yeah. I think you both have points. I don't know. I think it's definitely Asmodeus does represent that hero's, like, he's reached his journey. He conquered the dragon.
Yeah.
And then Cluny is just kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but it is different.
I guess you could say Cluny is like the more strategic opponent to where, he can adapt based on what the hero does. So he's still, I guess, the more unpredictable threat, whereas Asmodeus is like so unconquerable. He thinks, this is not a threat. I don't have to change any of my battle strategies. So yeah, you got a point there, but still, after seeing Matthias slay the dragon,
I get what you're saying, though. It is that level. Matthias became that great warrior in that moment, and it was like almost no threat could stand before him. Yeah, and that I think they have their roles, which again, I think there's wonderful writing in this where having the two threats they coalesce into making this a fantastic story. Because if you didn't have Asmodeus, it would feel so much more empty. Same with Cluny. It's like Cluny's that pressing threat. Asmodeus is that threat that's out there. Matthias is going to have to face Asmodeus, but he's never like around. He never really threatens any of the Redwallers. It's usually only Cluny's people that are kind of getting knocked off one by one. Yeah. But that threat's out there. And then Cluny's here. He's present. So, I just love... I love the interaction between all of that. How it gives the story so much substance. It keeps it going, keeps you thinking in the back of your mind. You're like, Asmodeus is out there, like you said. He's built up so much throughout the story. I mean, he's never a threat to Matthias until that moment.
That's true, and I love how snakes are like so rare that they're myth to most people. Which I was like, oh, you're going into that this is the dragon of the story kind of thing. Which you've heard of the book Hero of a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell?
I think I've heard of it.
Basically, he's the one that established the hero's journey. That whole drawing.
Okay, yeah.
I wonder if there's a book out there. Maybe I should write this. The Monster of a Thousand Faces, where a dragon is represented in so many stories.
That
because you have a snake as the dragon here,
Yeah.
and in Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, you have a cat named Dragon as this monster force that they need to avoid or subvert.
Yeah.
I need to get smarter.
I'll read it.
I need
that
to get
sounds
smarter.
Great.
And I need to reread Hero of a Thousand Faces because it's one of those like textbook kind of style books. So an audiobook with it, I was I'm not going to say it's a huge entertaining read, but it's packed with so much information that writers need to know.
Oh yeah, that is a big one on the list to read. Not you mentioned I
so
totally
like
that,
I have to reference it with reverence because I cannot discount it, even though it's not this action-packed fun story that we can all go on, but we owe so many of the stories we love to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, Jordan Peterson talks about that a lot.
That's
that
true.
Psychological, reasoning behind slaying the dragon and why it's such a prominent thing in storytelling, for sure.
Oh yeah. In touching on that, we've already talked a lot about it, but I also want to talk about the other characters that kind of fit into this role in the book. But using the animals to portray mythical, heroic moments and characters and creatures. I'd really like, Greg, how you mentioned earlier how this book could be made into a live action movie with humans filling these roles with these characters, and you could have the bigger creatures like Captain Snow, Asmodeus representing these big mythological creatures, like a dragon.
You could have Snow be like a sphinx or some other mythical creature that's known for having
hippogriff, something
or having something known for wisdom.
Manticore, or something. Yeah, exactly. What did you be? Let me get that out so I can talk. What did you guys think of using a house cat or a snow owl to be those grand big monster creatures? When I think of a house cat, I don't always think of this scary monstrous creature that the shrews are terrified of. But Julian or Squire Julian isn't really turns out to be a monster at all, but he still has that appearance.
Yeah. Well, I think in a mouse world, those are the dragons.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest villains. They're the number one predator. Snakes, owls, cats.
Yeah.
They kill the most birds, the most
cats are
rodents.
The most efficient predator out there.
Yeah.
So I think they represent just kind of the almost like demigod, like the Balrogs, the dragons.
Yeah. These creatures that have been around for a long time, like you're saying, Asmodeus almost seemed like a myth to some of them. Definitely cool. I think again the benefit of having your mice be the hero characters is being able to put those big threats in front of them that to us a cat wouldn't seem so savage or vicious, even a snake, but to them it is the monster.
I guess that's a great segue into what we kind of hinted at with this episode. Why do so many writers, because it's not just Brian Jacques who has a mouse be a protagonist, it makes sense that he has a badger be this tank and just brutal force on the battlefield. It makes sense to have a hare be this hoppy attitude, pun intended. And it makes sense to have rats be these dirty, scurvy, underhanded tactic users.
The fox be the gypsies, the sly creatures.
Be the sly ones that want to. So why did he go with mice? Why do so many writers have these heroes be mice? Which we got a lot of great comments on those with our video. In fact, let me see if I can read a few of them because they were just really stellar. But let me turn off the volume so we're not hearing this. Oh shoot. Because it's doing really well on Instagram. We got about 20 comments on there. And some of my favorite were... Where is it? One person said it's because mice are hot. Okay, someone's into something there.
I mean, cornflower. Come on. Cluny even thought she was pretty.
It's we even had Redwall Wiki comment with a quote from Brian Jacques himself saying, "Mice are my heroes because, like children, mice are little and have to learn to be courageous and use their wits," which I feel is really a great summary on there. And there's also Jonathan68. It's because mice have cuteness to them, and that cuteness it feels to the audience for. Well, I think you got some spelling errors. To the audience, for his rats are always seen scurrying about places that are filthy and dirty. Whereas mice, they're not going to those areas, filth and dirt. And whenever you see mice, a lot of their food. Okay, that one's not as inspirational.
Spell check, people. Spell check before you post.
My favorite one is the simple one from Gunderson Metalworks. To stand up is great. To stand when you are so small is mythical.
That's a good way to put it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we cannot talk about this subject without mentioning hobbits.
Exactly.
Which some people did, I believe, on our YouTube page or either on TikTok.
What's the quote from the movie The Hobbit with Gandalf?
Sometimes it's the smallest.
I believe it's
Was it
Saruman
about
believes
Gollum?
that only great power can hold darkness at bay, but that is not what I found.
Yeah.
I found that it is the small deeds, deeds of kindness done by ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay. I believe that's the quote you're thinking of.
Great. I think that is.
I may have butchered that a little bit, but that's essentially what it is. And that's one of the best gems that the Hobbit movies gave us.
Yeah. Everybody can root for the underdog. I think it's so much easier to fall in love with a character that has to learn and has to grow, has to step up, is the underdog.
Just like Rocky.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You know, down on their
Rocky Balboa.
luck, maybe not as gifted. I think that just Tolkien really just kind of nailed it with hobbits.
Yeah.
Creating a creature that is really like a child in a way. But, you know, more mature and grown. But just has that,
Like an
the
innocence.
humbleness, innocence,
Yeah.
the ability to overcome and grow and to do more than kind of like what they're made for.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's a great way to put it. Do more than what they were destined or made for. Exactly.
Or it's kind of like, instead of, you know, like the comic book superhero where you have two titans going at it with all these great powers. Frodo didn't defeat Sauron by out-magicking him or out-overpowering him. He did it by enduring. And even in the end, he failed. he failed, but he had like the biggest burden ever. And it's because him and Sam both endured. It was the regular person, the everyday person.
Oh, yeah.
The ordinary citizen basically stepping up not to save the whole world, but to at least protect their corner of it.
Yeah.
And that is what's so inspirational to know that a person like us can defeat the Superman, this huge totalitarian power. I believe the German name for this is the Übermensch. This opposing force that threatens any of what we love. To know that we have the power to do that, and it's through these stories that teaches us that and gives us that mentality.
Yeah.
And with Brian Jacques using mice, great imagery.
Yeah. That honestly is, I think, a message everyone needs to hear right now, especially with kind of the craziness that's going on in the world. I've been hearing a lot of people online talk about how they almost feel powerless to change anything, and they will almost, I think the term is blackpilling, but it's blaming everything in your life on like Israel or Russia or Iraq, not too into it, but people feeling kind of out of ability to do anything with their life because of the craziness and other things going on, thinking they have no control to change anything, when really, like, that's what this message is. Even the littlest hobbit, even the smallest mouse, when they attempt and when they try to make changes, they can do it. And it's the same for us. We can. We must try, and we must believe, and we must endure. And in doing that, we can overcome the challenges we face. So, message to all you people out there, don't give up. Keep going, push through, endure. You can overcome. And, don't let the craziness in the world be what pulls you down, but, think of what you can do, something you can control.
Yep. If you feel like the deck is stacked against you, you must believe in the heart of the cards.
Yes.
Yeah. I just love, I think it's just so great because the mouse and the hobbit, I would say, is like lesser than like us in a way. Like, I look at a hobbit and I'm like, I'm stronger than a hobbit. I'm faster than a hobbit. I can do more things than a hobbit. If a hobbit can go and save the world, what does that mean for me? Like, I can do this too, type thing. And I think that is the
beauty
story
of storytelling. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Tolkien was writing hobbits after World War I, a place that was a meat grinder where you're just a number. And in his books, he's writing where personal choice can affect destinies. And I think he might have made it as an escape from that war that he went in, to just remind him and maybe romance the idea that our personal choice does matter and the individual can have the power to tip the scale of destiny.
Oh yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
Brian Jacques is definitely doing that with these books where he has these small mouse heroes overcoming these more cunning, more stronger, and villains that have way more resources than they do, and are willing to do whatever it takes to defeat these heroes, like these underhanded tactics.
Oh yeah.
And yet these mice are still coming out on top
against all odds.
Yep.
It's truly inspirational.
Oh yeah. I also think there something special about saying that good has the benefit on their side. Like, good will triumph. That even for the mice, there are so many instances where Cluny could have gotten in. He could have taken over Redwall, but by almost divine intervention, by happenstance, Cornflower happens to be on that wall with a lantern when Cluny is pulling up with a siege tower, and it's again, you could say it's a happy coincidence, but in a way, you have whole Martin's whole influence, right, where he is pushing Matthias to become this warrior. So I think there is a divine nature within this book that it's more than magic. It's like there's meant to be a divinity to it that is protecting these mice.
Yeah. And I do think that could be a gripe of someone. Not so much for me, because I do recognize it is for children, and I think it's a great representation for that. But you could argue that really there's not too much conflict, they're able to really overcome this generally pretty easy. Everything kind of falls into place.
It really comes down to Cluny was able to get in because of a traitor. Somebody that, again, I don't fault the Dormouse for trying to protect his family, but still in the end, you're dealing with Cluny here, right?
I mean, you look at like the journey of Matthias, it's like he befriends a sparrow and he gets kind of like that army to join him, and then he comes across the shrews, and then he gets that army to join him as well. And
such disjointed groups too. The shrews and the sparrows who barely can agree on anything.
That's such a common trope in fantasy. It's just the everyone comes together trope, and they come to beat the big bad guy. Like that's a common fantasy thing. Lord of the Rings showed the union of dwarves, elves, and men. Technically, because you only had one elf with Legolas and one dwarf with Gimli, but it was symbolic of the union.
What was left?
Yeah, what was left, and you had the alliance of men and elves against Sauron in the Second Age. Like it's nothing new, and that's why fantasy is always getting the critique that it is derivative. Like so many of like that divine intervention. Luck is always a big factor as well. Like how often do you hear how lucky Bilbo is in The Hobbit? And it's kind of like he calls himself luck wearer. It's kind of a staple in fantasy that luck will happen. It's used very sparingly if a writer is good at it. And the divine intervention, making that eucatastrophe or deus ex machina. And yet we still love it. Like to know that, as you said, the good has the benefit of that divine intervention, to know that there are forces unseen that will aid the good, are going to help and make everything, well, not make everything right, but aid and have a big push for everything right. It's, if you're living life without thinking that there's some force out there to push you towards a good, happy ending for you, you need to get yourself pulled out of that pit of nihilism, man. That's not a way to live.
Oh, yeah. Start looking for deeper meaning. Start looking for bigger things around you.
Like, we are here to search for happiness, but I would argue we're more here to seek virtue.
Yeah.
Because, as Jordan Peterson says in 12 Rules for Life, like, happiness isn't synonymous with good. Like, my kid having candy before bed is going to make him happy, but it's not good for his teeth.
I learned my lesson on that. I gave my daughter some candy before bed and ended up with puking the whole night.
Oh, you poor fella. Dang.
Yep. No, I think we really built or dissected that pretty well. It is... Again, I love how much we're comparing it to The Hobbit in a lot of ways, and like I was saying earlier, this is kind of my Hobbit, and I think they definitely have their different roles in life, considering the influences these books can have, but they really do become special to us, which I think it just really makes it such a great thing. Do you guys have anything else you want to say, or should we jump into the reviews?
I think we've talked, unless you have anything to say, Greg.
No, I think we covered it pretty well. Let us know what we missed. If you have any insight, we'd love to hear it for sure. We obviously can't do everything. We're limited on time, but we do our best. Let us know what you thought. And we love to hear from you. So
sweet. Awesome. Yeah, totally. Great. All right. I guess I'll jump off, or it's the book picker that starts the reviews, right? Is that what we're doing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds sensible.
Why not? I struggle to review, but I just love so many things. I would give this a 9 out of 10. Again, nostalgia plays a huge role in it, but still, reading it, oh my gosh, I just loved this thing. Reading again for this time, and even diving into the graphic novel and the show. Oh, just the feel goods, the epic battles, epic situations, and just the message this story builds or presents is just fantastic. It's a book for all audiences, and rereadability is just fantastic. it's one that you could just pick up at any time, read it, and just get a wonderful story in your life.
For sure. Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm going to go 7.5.
Sweet.
More so, I'm going to try and like not let nostalgia sway what I think as an adult. I do think it's great, even as an adult. There's things that I absolutely love about it, and I think Jacques is really a genius. Such a clever author. So yeah, I think it's definitely up there. Very rereadable. That's one thing I do love about it for sure. But and the side characters I think are some of the strongest points for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a solid 7 out of 10 because this is a book for young readers, and if you want your child to get into reading, or you yourself is viewing this and you're a young reader and haven't read this book series, start with Redwall. There is a lot worse you can do than Redwall, and not much better. I'm definitely going to be encouraging my boy to read this someday, and to know that he is consuming this kind of content on his own. I don't have to worry about him learning anything wrong, and he's just going to be inspired. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Great.
Love it.
Cool.
Thanks, guys, for reading this with me.
Oh, it was great.
I thought we had a great conversation.
It was a
about
good pick.
Yeah. Speaking of picks,
Oh, yes. I believe it is my turn. Yes. So, seeing as how we have mentioned myth so much in this episode, and we have a certain movie coming out next month from Christopher Nolan, why don't we discuss one of the most original tales that we have, the Odyssey.
the Odyssey. Odysseus.
Yes, we'll have to decide which English edition that we're going to read, because I know there have been multiple translations. So we're gonna have to decide on that. But in the comments, if you have a high preference on which version of the Odyssey should be studied by most readers, let us know.
Yep.
But that is going to be our next episode of the Odyssey.
Cool. Feel like we're going to the opposite end of the spectrum. Very more adult book here. A little more complicated, but
This is one of the myths that many writers are, that a lot of the tropes were first set.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
I want to say the Odyssey has been done not like the actual story, but like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah,
Can
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Think of any other movies that kind of follow the storyline of the Odyssey?
I mean,
There's not, but the Odyssey is referenced throughout many versions of media. Like, for instance,
stories with similar kind of trope or similar, like a journey of a character encountering all these things.
Yep, it's definitely used to discuss the hero's journey in The Hero of a Thousand Faces. It is studied by so many scholars, and it's even mentioned in DC Comics with Batman saying to Green Lantern, when Green Lantern's like, "Oh, that's nobody," and then Batman saying, "What did Odysseus tell Cyclops his name was?" He said it was nobody, so that when he poked out Cyclops' eye, all he could say is, "Nobody poked out my eye." Yeah, showing that even Batman values this piece of literature. So it contains vast knowledge to where Green Lantern's like, okay, this is someone we got to look into.
I am really excited to read this one, because the first time I read it was like a LibriVox public domain, random people reading the book, and it was compiled into one, and you had the weirdest readers. I think one person called Telemachus, it was Telemachus, which I actually prefer that pronunciation.
Telemachus.
Every time they said it. And Telemachus.
Oh, is Telemachus related to Paxao Telemanus?
Yeah.
Paxao
He
Telemanus.
does use a lot of Greek and Roman
It's true.
mythics in it.
Well, the Golds thought they were the best throughout history.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd be down to watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou. Where art thou?
Where
Still brother, where art
One
thou?
of the greatest retellings
And
of a classic,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
is Troy? Troy's part of the Odyssey, right?
Troy is
I
it's
think
battle
so, because
right
he's
before.
sailing home from the war with Troy, from
It's
the battle
the
of
story
Troy.
of the Iliad. So yeah,
Yes.
Iliad, and then Odyssey happens. So yeah, Troy could be like the
The
prequel.
prequel. Okay. Yeah, because pretty sure Achilles is really kind of not a lot in the Odyssey, from what I've heard. But I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's one of the roles
he's
in the-
basically
in the
only
cast for the
and
Odyssey.
I think they reference him, but
Gotcha.
I think he's like, he shows up as a ghost. Achilles as
Like
ghost.
the underworld. Yeah.
Yeah.
there are some old Odyssey movies. Yeah, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou was mentioned, but there was a 1997, I guess that's not too old, but 1997 miniseries that was made. So I'll have to check that one out, see if that
Cool.
one's worth watching. But yeah,
Yeah.
some good media out there we can check out with it. But
Join us before the movie.
Yep.
You know, if you haven't read it, join us with it.
and then we can tear the movie apart.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So, one thing we forgot to mention, just we want to say thank you to all those that follow and subscribe to us and listen to our podcast. We are very appreciative. We love the response that we get from the video Derek made on our social media. We'd like more of that. So, don't hesitate. Please reach out and respond. Please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, follow us, go find us on Instagram, TikTok, whatever format you like the best.
Yeah, give us any sign that this video is appreciated, because I believe YouTube is not pushing long form content right now. They are pushing more shorts. So we would love to have you put comments or do that hype button and like button and subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a notification from us.
Yeah, and let's, this is meant to be a big discussion to get everyone involved and to dissect these books in a club environment where we can all have good conversations. And yeah, if we don't like something, we can discuss it, and if we like something, we can all enjoy it together. Yeah.
Yeah, and also join us on our bonus segment. I haven't talked to you guys, but I was kind of going to coin it our Big Rascals writing challenge that we
Rascals
do
writing
every
challenge.
Writing
month.
challenge.
do like
So we typically kind of keep it on theme. This will be our third time. The first time we did the alternate endings to Princess Bride, and then the last time we did our alien encounters. And so this time we are doing like a mythical story told from the perspective of woodland creatures. So
A like folk tale-esque story.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, join us on that. That'll be posted as a bonus episode or completely different video. So if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep, and give us pointers and, put snippets of how you would have written this writing prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like we have the invitation to do your own
Yep.
little short story, and then you can send it to us and we can read it
Yep.
in our segment.
Read
So,
it, post it, we can have some interaction and, kind of get more people to write, more people to
Yeah.
create literature.
The way you can reach us is our email. It's bigrascals.podcast@gmail.com. One thing we forgot. I do feel like we need to come up with our writing prompt. So if they want to join us,
That's right.
we should mention it at the end of our episode.
We should have the book assigner. Do you want to have the book assigner assign the
Assign the writing prompt.
book picker.
The one who selects the next book
Assigner-
also selects
signer.
the writing
Assigner.
prompt.
Yeah, so not
That's
to
what I'm
put you
trying
on
to
the
say.
spot, Eric.
Oh, man.
But I guess we can figure that out together.
Yeah. We can
with,
post it
with
later
the
if
Odyssey,
needed.
we would probably do something like a Greek myth, or a singular hero
Maybe a-
doing a myth.
Greek style myth with like
Yeah.
a demigod style character. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, something
Whatever you
like that. Yeah, that's probably what we would do. Make some kind of monomyth or something like that.
Cool.
Sick.
Yeah, we'll kind of like finalize the details on that and maybe post about it
be ready for next time. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
bring it on you.
But anyway, you got anything else to say?
I don't think so. I think we
Good.
covered it all. So,
All right.
yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
We're gonna try a little different outro here. We're gonna say quotes that we like. Mm-hmm. So I'll start. Quotes up from the book, obviously. I am that is.
Who knows, my friend? Maybe the sword does have some magic. Personally, I think it's the warrior who wields it.
Asmodeus. But until next time, keep reading
Keep riding.
And stay
rascally.
Ah, that went pretty good.
That went better.